Hi Beavers, so I'm going to show you how to make a sitar, or a guitar really, out of some scrap materials that you should have lying around in your house. If you want to do one of the other musical instruments, that's absolutely fine as well, but I hope you have some fun with it. So the equipment that you will need, you'll need some scissors and some sellotape. Now I've got a box for the bottom of the sitar, but anything really like that will do. It's a bit more rounded, but whatever you have. I've got some brown paper, which I'm going to use to wrap the crunchy box with. I've got some lollipop sticks. If you haven't got lollipop sticks, then straws would do, or you can make up your own mind once you've seen what they're used for. I've got a chopstick. I've got some brown wool, but you might have string. I've got the inside tube from a roll of wrapping paper, but again, maybe something like a kitchen roll tube would do. And I've got two bits of cardboard that are about 13 centimetres by 8 centimetres. I'll show you what the holes are for too. And a pen, a black pen. Okay, so what we're going to do first is we're going to take the long tube and we're going to make a hole in the top of the box so that the tube goes into it. So what you might find easiest is if you draw round the tube and get somebody to help you if need be, and then we'll cut that out. So we've cut the hole and the big long tube will fit into that hole like that. I'm going to take it out just now, and what we're going to do now is we're going to cover the box with brown paper. So that's our brown box now, and we've pushed the paper through the hole so that we've still got the hole. What you can then do is you can put the tube back in. I need to sugar it a wee bit and then push it in, and that is the start of your sitar. So we're now going to make a bit that will fit at the top of your sitar like this. So what you need to do is to make two cutouts on each side, something like that. So you will have 3 bits. Same on the other side, like this, and then you're going to cut those out. So you've made your bit, and it should look a bit like that, which is a bit like the bits that you get at the top of a guitar. So what we're going to do now is we're going to make 2 slots here so that we can slide that in. So I'm just going to hold it halfway across the tube and make a little notch there, and a little mark, I should say, there and there. And then I'm going to cut down that far so that it sits in there. Again, just make a little mark at the bottom. So you're going to cut it right the way down there. Okay, so I've made a slit on each side here. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take my piece of cardboard and just slot it in between those 2 slits and push it in, and there, starting to look like a guitar already. Okay, so now take your other piece of cardboard and we're going to make some holes through them. We've already done ours, but if you take a chopstick, that would be the easiest thing, then you can poke it through the holes in the cardboard. You might want to have some modelling clay behind, or blue tack, just to make sure that it doesn't spike something on the other side. And we have chosen to have 5 strings on our sitar on this occasion. So then, once you've made your 5 holes, what we need now is the wool and some sellotape. Okay, so you've got your wool. What you need to do now is take your wool and measure it from the top of the sitar. So take it right to the very top prong and leave enough that you would be able to tie it round, and then measure it all the way down, right the way down to the very bottom. Okay, and then cut it off there. So you will have one length of wool. Okay, then you can use that bit of wool to measure another 4 pieces the same length. Once you've got your 5 bits of wool, then what we're going to do is you take one bit of wool and thread it through from the front to the back, lay it down flat, and then put a bit of sellotape over the end to hold it in place. Okay, turn it over so we can see the other side. That's it. Okay, and you do that for all the bits of wool. Once you've got your 5 bits of string, then what we're going to do is we're going to draw some frets up the neck of the guitar. So take your black pen, and you can use a ruler if you want to, it really doesn't matter. Hannah's going to do 2-inch frets. So she's marked some already on the neck of the guitar, and then just use your black pen to draw right the way across. That's it. Perfect. Okay, so this next bit you can do if you want to, but it really doesn't matter if you don't. So a sitar has little pegs that go up the side of the neck as well, which a guitar doesn't have. But we're going to give it a shot. So this is what we used our lollipop sticks for. So take your lollipop stick, you can cut it in half. These ones are quite easy to cut, or you can snap them. And then we have placed it where we think it would like to, where it's going to go, and draw a line just along it so that we can cut that out. And if Hannah just draws a line there, that's it, great. So you'll probably need an adult to do this bit because it might be a bit tricky, but if you draw your lines, you could do maybe 5 up the side of the neck, and then we should be able to slot our lollipop sticks in. It should start to look something like this. So if you can put the last 2 in, there we go, and it has the pegs up the side. So only the strings to go, and then we're done. So we'll keep the neck of the sitar in place just with a small bit of sellotape, or 2 bits, one in the back and one in the front, and that will stop it moving around. Then we take our string and we're going to put a bit of sellotape along the bottom here to keep it in place. Just like that. Okay, so you can separate out your 5 bits of string. So then what we're going to do is we're going to bring your string all the way up to the top. Now you can either wrap it round and sellotape it, or you can tie a little knot around it so that it stays in place. Just something like that. You might want to do a double knot. Okay, so that's your first string. And your second string can go to one of the other ones. So again, just tie it round. Or you can sellotape it. So that's our sitar finished. So there are 5 strings and there are 6 pegs at the top. So I just chose which 5 I was going to tie my strings to. Okay, so shall we see it in action?